Is this an Intel issue principally? I mean, the stock had performed relatively well going into this. It's been a defensive choice. So where does it leave it?
Well, we've seen weakness in the semiconductors in general right now. And, before this, Texas Instruments yesterday, for the second quarter in a row, lowered their numbers, talked about broad weakness. We had downgraded the group and Intel as well back in September on, some of the early evidence of that weakness. But there was something specific for Intel as well, which was deceleration in cloud. And cloud's been, really the best part of Intel's story. It was up maybe 50% year on year for the first 3 quarters of the year. That's probably the most surprising thing out of the report, where we've seen that significant deceleration. And there was a disclosure they made, just right at the end of the call, which indicated that business, the total data center business, would be down about double normal seasonality, so suggests maybe 15, 20% sequentially. That drives the cloud business now down year on year from up 50%. That's a pretty significant deceleration.
And is that, again, an Intel issue? Because there has been some talk about a lull in cloud investment.
Right. And, certainly that's happened. And what happens, this is just cyclicality in the group. And what happened is, the first half of the year, a lot of these cloud service providers, bought a whole lot of product, and now they have to digest it. It doesn't mean cloud is over. It just means that, but what it does mean is, the growth rates we were seeing at the beginning of last year were not real growth rates, that they were, overstating what actually the real level of demand was.
How do you see their comment about, China and about the slowdown there? Is it real? Is there a substitution effect going on? What is the degree to which that's, a story that's made up or actual?
No, I mean, based on, my companies and the work we've done and the conversations we've had, it's real. And we've seen it in every area of semiconductors. It's not just Intel, it's Texas Instruments. We can hear, obviously, from the rest of earnings season, but we've seen it pretty broadly. And, again, touching on what Texas Instruments said, it's not just China, however. TI said they saw a slowdown in just about every end market, in just about every geography. China just happens to be the worst.
Right. What's the story with the CEO? Why can't they name a CEO? Is this starting to drag on a little bit too long?
Yeah, and the tough part, aside from some of these near-term issues with cloud and GDP issues, there's also some structural issues at Intel as well. The fact that Moore's Law has slowed down. So, with Moore's Law slowing down, the competitors, TSMC being their biggest manufacturing competitor, they've caught up now. And, that's challenging for a company like Intel, that's had such a lead for a while. Without having a CEO, there's decisions that need to be made, and obviously you're not going to make those decisions until you put somebody in the seat.
Well, what does it say about the company that they can't find a CEO? I mean, in terms of the cloud thing, too, Salesforce knocked it out of the park.
Right.
Okay? That stock is indicated higher off the open today, so there's no broad follow-through.
Well, in terms of new cloud investment, I mean, I guess I want.
Yeah.
But still. It's not like the cloud space is falling apart.
Yeah.
And what does it say about Intel that they can't find a CEO?
Well, and sure, you guys are going to have a Bob on later on. I'm sure he's going to address that. But what he's told some of us is that they wanted the board to be unanimous with the decision. And again, I think it's a proxy for just some of the tough strategic decisions they need to make. That that there's different ways they go. For example, Intel is investing a lot in modem right now. They do the modems for the iPhone. That's not a very profitable business. Is that something you stay and do? Do you stay in the memory business, which, obviously Western Digital last night, memory's not very strong now. It was marginally profitable at best. Is that a business you stay in? And those are decisions you just can't make without having somebody at the helm.
And just, the stock's at 11 times forward earnings, right? I mean, it's not priced for any real growth right here. Is it getting towards some base level?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. And let's see what the stock does today. One of the things, you saw the action in semiconductors yesterday where you had some very poor reports that stocks actually went up. One of the things we look at in terms of finding a bottom is stocks not going down on bad news. Yeah. Let's see what Intel does today.